Hi guys, it's Norman Sullivan from Higher Ground Lifestyle, where our current project is the conversion of an old T5 transporter into a shiny new camper van. Look out for our videos on this project and the other projects that we've done over the last few years. On the T5, we're not doing videos of everything because frankly, YouTube is crowded with videos of T5 conversions. But what we are doing is one or two very special videos on particular bits of the build process where you maybe haven't seen things before or where we think there's some value that we can add. And today's big project is to convert the front end of this aging van into something that looks considerably more modern. Anybody who knows VW transporter vans knows that there have been a number of iterations. This van is a 2007, very late 2007 van, and it's the T5 variant. We've made the decision to convert the front end of this to look like the latest generation of the van. That's the T6.1. There are a number of reasons why we've chosen to spend quite a lot of money and go with a full T6.1 conversion. They include, one, looks. We just think the latest iteration of the van is nicer. I particularly like the way it takes away the squared off headlights at the front and just creates a bit more shape. We also like the spoilers on the newer iteration, and frankly this van is going in for a respray in a couple of weeks time once we've done these bits of work and a few other things, and there are a couple of the panels that are a bit rough, and in the T6.1 conversion kit we actually replaced the entire front end from the wing mirrors forward. So the wings are changed, the bonnet is changed, the whole front end and spoiler is changed, the lights are changed, and the metal bumper underneath are changed. So whilst it's quite an expensive kit, we thought it's worth it for replacing all of those panels and frankly giving us a better job in a much newer looking van in the first place. Now there are quite a number of companies who offer front end facelift kits for VW vans. Please do your research and make sure that you're buying the right thing at the right price point to deliver what you want to do. We have done an awful lot of research on this and we've spoken to lots of different companies, and we've decided to go with a T6.1 front end conversion kit from a company called Travelin-lite. And just a couple of days after ordering the kit, it arrived in any number of extremely large boxes. Why have we gone with Travelin-lite? Couple of reasons. One, I like the fact that they use the same parts from the same suppliers for many years and therefore they're prepared to guarantee a perfect fit. Also, from a communication point of view, I have to say the guys at Travelin-lite have been second to none. I spoke to a couple of companies who just didn't want to interact, to be quite honest. But the guys at Travelin-lite, everyone I've spoken to has been fantastic. They have taken time, they have explained the different whys and wherefores of the different options that they offer. They've helped talk me through that whole process, and they've helped us make a decision about what was the right kit for us based on what we're trying to do, the van we're starting off with, and where we want to end up. The kit itself was delivered in 7 very large boxes through 2 different supply companies, and we were advised by Travelin-lite that that would be the case. They choose the companies that deliver their products very carefully, and they send the bigger boxes with one company and they send the smaller boxes with the more fragile items in it with another company. We were originally advised that because in this T6.1 conversion kit most of the parts are genuine VW parts and come all the way from Germany, that it might take several weeks to arrive. In the event, it actually took us only, I think, well, less than a week for all of the parts to arrive and be delivered to us up here in Scotland, so that was fantastic. And we had great comms again from the company, keeping me up to date, telling me exactly what was happening, what was being posted, when it was being posted, and it all arrived absolutely on time. I'm delaying the inevitable here. Let's get the knife out and get into these boxes. So with the boxes unpacked, starting to get a sense of everything that's included in the kit, the first box I opened was the lights. And they are absolutely stunning, and it made me think, made a good decision. Various other bits and pieces, inner liners, obviously the various different bits of the bumper and valance and all kinds of different things. In the smaller box we've got various other bits and pieces to make up the kit, including things like bulbs, the fog lights, the switches, badges, emblems, different things, all very carefully labelled so it's obvious what it is. And again, just to show you, VW. No Chinese writing on this kit. So, second, or in some cases, third level of packaging removed. The new front end reveals itself. Again, just to highlight the completeness of this kit, LED bulbs, all fasteners, fixings, trim pieces, trim buttons, electrics, adapter kits, fog lights including the new replacement switch, bumper, panel inserts, new grille. I specifically requested this with a chrome grille, so the guys were happy to supply that. All the various different pieces and inserts, including slam panels, metal bumper, inner plastic pieces, profile pieces. No requirement to make any brackets or anything else in this kit. And at the end, the bonnet, left and right wings, and the sound deadening insert. So we've pulled the van at the end of the workshop and it's time to start the job. First thing we're going to do is to remove the front end. Now there are lots and lots of videos on YouTube about how to do this, so I'm not going to spend any time going through it, but we need to get that front end completely disassembled. So we've now released the bumper. The bumper is retained by 2 bolts on either side that you access through inside the wheel liners, and it's attached by 4 bolts at the front and 2 bolts at the top, one of which you need to remove the water bottles to get at. Lots of videos online showing you how to do this. Be very careful when you release the bumper because there are lots of things attached to it, including electrics and also the water bottle and attachments for the light washers. We've now also removed the bonnet. Be aware if you have trace heating in your bonnet, electrical cables, you don't need to cut the wires, you can just pull them out and disconnect them. A lesson learned. The next thing we're going to do is to remove the lights. There are 2 bolts on the top of the lights and there are 2 on the front that we've removed on this one. Next thing to remove are the 2 front wings. These are retained by 3 bolts along the top. 1, 2, 3. 1 bolt down on the side and 3 bolts that are easily accessible inside the door from the inside, one of which is hidden behind the rubber tubing for the electrics going to the mirror. The only other thing that holds it is the bolts that are coming through from the inner wheel arch lining. Just for the record, our wings were also retained by a small patch of black goo on the top. So we couldn't get it off, we couldn't figure out what was holding them. It's just some body adhesive on the top.
Took a wiggle.
Took a wiggle. So we've now removed the bumper and the slam panel. They're a bit awkward to get off, but just work slowly and methodically and you'll be fine. The other thing is, to be quite honest, because there's a slam panel comes in the kit and you need a bit of space to get the slam panel over the oil cooler and radiator, we chose to sacrifice the slam panel and we actually took a grinder to it and cut the top off, and that just made removing it much easier. They have very little value second hand, and as I say, new one in the kit anyway, so that's what we've chosen to do. And the other thing that we've done is we've now removed the washer bottle from the front near side, because the first job we're going to do is to replace that with a new one that comes in the kit. So whilst all the front end's been off, we've also taken the opportunity to give things a wee bit of a clean, and we'll touch up some of the paint as well. If you've got this far, many thanks and well done. Please click on the links above to get the next video in this series, and if you're enjoying it, please like my channel and follow Higher Ground Lifestyle. It really does help and I really would appreciate it. Listen, thanks so much for your time, guys. Be careful.